Good evening. Welcome to C&T Collectibles. I'm C.
I'm T.
And tonight we're going to do 3 up and 3 down. Happy baseball opening day eve.
Okay.
What? Exactly. All right.
And
It's
we got Henry
important,
here
all you pending fathers looking directly at you, Sports Card Anonymous. It's important to teach your kids Little John from the Dave Chappelle Show by the age of 5.
What?
Yeah, it's more fun for you. It's not really great for the kids, but it's more fun for you, and that's what it's all about here. So 3 up and 3 down. We're gonna look at the top 3 risers and 3 fallers in baseball card land over the past week, and we're gonna start off with our number 3 faller, and that is
Ronald Acuna.
Junior.
Eh.
I know. I don't know if Ronald Acuna Sr. actually played, so very thinly traded. So
And basically, he has the picture, so
this is the refractor version.
yeah.
Okay,
No, but he does have the picture of Ronald Acuna.
That's what a
Junior.
baseball card is. A picture of the player.
Yeah, but of
literally
Ronald
that.
Acuna Jr. So you can what? Okay.
If we looked at the base a few weeks ago in our market review, and we noticed that it hit the top and it's coming off, and it's actually kind of held in here. But when you're looking at the refractor version, which is much fancier, I would think, not holding up as well. It doesn't cost as much. Well, actually, it's a raw, so the PSA 10 holding up a lot better. But the raw, it's bouncing around kind of a bit, and this looks like an area where there's some decent buying. But
and it is down.
And PSA, no one's getting great at PSA anymore. So yeah, down 46% for the week.
That's
Boom,
That's
and it just
not
took
too
one
good.
sale. Like I said,
And you also told me that you called it.
well, kind of. Like I said, I was looking at the base, and this is the refractor version. I don't think anybody's calling that. It's like, you look at this, it's like it's thinly traded, thinly traded, thinly traded. And then for that to happen, so maybe the raw was in really bad condition and someone just saw something. I don't know. But it's falling into an area where there's been more buying, and so that seems decent enough. But with the raw ones, you never know what you're getting. Okay.
And I think that this next one,
Oh, the next one, yeah. So let's move on to
Wade Boggs.
Wade Boggs, the Chicken Man.
Chicken Man?
Well, he would eat every night before, like his game dinner, like before a game, he would eat chicken. That was kind of his thing. Chicken's good for you. Low fat, protein.
Thanksgiving is probably his favorite food holiday.
That'd be turkey.
Also chicken.
Very different animals. Completely separate animals.
Except they're almost the same thing?
They're both birds. We're going to give that one to you here. So, all right. So up. Again, he's up 72% for the week here. And let's see if that is a new high or not. And it is. So that is a big move. So what is this? The PSA 9. Yeah, gosh, these things were... I got mine for $9 back in the day.
Because back in the day, it was
Back in the day.
like a
All
lot.
right, man, no more phone, no more phone. No one's answering. No one's picking up. So you can come hang out with us if you want, Henry. So look
And
for...
back in the days, nothing was really that
This thing is just
expensive.
following me around. Get away from me. Get away from me. Price marker. I want to get rid of that part.
Everybody's just trying to run up the hill to get Wade
Yeah.
Boggs.
So look
to
for...
get Wade Boggs autograph.
We want to look for the clusters here. So definitely the
But
trend
they're
is up.
But they're also giving card ladder money.
Yeah, I don't think so. You don't want that one, but you want something back in here. If you can get it for $40 or $50, probably a better price overall for Wade Boggs.
they
Yeah,
kind of
follow the
are.
clusters. Don't buy the spikes.
Okay, so when the money
Can we go to the next one?
after I say this.
Oh yes, please.
So if like people pay for the card, where does the money exactly go to?
Whoever's selling the card.
Which is maybe card ladder.
Card Ladder doesn't sell the card; they just track the prices.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a good try. It was a
right.
good try.
Got
All
it
right,
right.
Mickey Mantle, your number 2 follower
Kinda.
for the week, down 47.5%. This is the Mick. You do not sell the Mick. Why are they selling the Mick?
And do not throw his cards in the ocean, or was it a river?
Ocean, yeah. So his 19.
Well, sharks could eat it.
It would be very. It will be very expensive.
Or a
So
scuba diver can find it.
the 1950 well, it wouldn't be in very good condition. So the 1952 Series 2 Mickey Mantle
What if
rookie
it
for
was in-
tops.
what if it was in
They
a
had to
box?
dump a bunch of them in the ocean. Very good, Tom. So yeah. No, the box would also get wet. So yeah. So this is why we don't buy price spikes, because they come back to a natural level. Here's your lot of buying. I really need to get rid of this thing here. And then coming up, and so right in here is probably fair. But
The money
yeah, so
likes
just
to chase you. The money likes
it does.
to
Follow the money. Follow the money. So yeah. So with Wade Boggs and the spike, anytime you see the spike, so with the risers, those are usually sells, and the followers are usually buys. So you do not buy these spikes because they get quickly overwhelmed by the sellers and
He's
they come back to that
he's
level.
one of the best players of all time.
That he is.
And that is only the PSA 6. Isn't
That
it?
well,
In the six
you know
or
what?
something?
Back in the day, they would take these cards and put them in like the spokes of their bicycle and make funny noises. Didn't realize they were costing themselves thousands of dollars.
because now he's one of the most popular and greatest baseball players on earth.
Always was. All right, Aaron Judge up 82%. Your number 2 riser.
Not always, but when
Always.
when he made it into the Hall
They
of Fame.
they didn't care for him at first. He was taking over for some pretty big names. You're looking like DiMaggio, and they didn't like him at first.
Mattingly?
But Mattingly was about 40 years after that.
Oh,
It's 1952, and Mattingly debuted in 83. So yeah, anyway. So Aaron Judge getting a big pop this year. There's a lot of speculation on that. Really, with Aaron Judge, if he's healthy, he's a top 5 player. That's what he does when he's healthy.
I mean, yeah,
the problem
but
is he's been healthy one time.
Yeah, because him and Giancarlo Stanton are just not good, but Aaron Judge.
They're plenty good. They're just never healthy. When they're on the field, they're great. So you can see that's a lot of sideways action.
Aaron Judge and Jose Altuve are like the same exact height. If you didn't know.
I believe I'm just gonna go with that. I'm just gonna trust you that Altuve and Aaron Judge are the same height.
Yeah, they're like exactly.
There's not like
the same.
there's not yeah.
Yeah, they're like 6'3" average.
I think so.
Average people.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a baseball card that would disprove that at all. So I'm just gonna go with what you say here. So again, monster spike here. Wouldn't do anything with that. Kind of bring it up to this high where the last time it got up to this level on low volume, it collapsed. And so in here's kind of your area on that one. So, but anyways. With these cards that are somewhat thinly traded, so here's the deal. This is a lot of good buying here. When volatility starts to increase and you get these wide spikes, it's a kind of a time to stay away until you get to near the bottom of the range. So I don't know.
And our next player is...
Oh, we're moving on. Okay, you didn't have a story for me?
No.
Okay, all right.
Is Ken
Our number
Griffey
1 father.
Jr.
What are people doing here?
You're getting
So
rid
this
of
is-
Mansell, and now you're getting rid of Cunha, and now you're getting rid of Griffey.
This is the Beckett 9, and so I think people are going to start to really fall in love with the Becketts, with what PSA is doing. And if you want to hang around after this, we'll do a little Econ 101 on why what Topps and PSA are doing are correct. But that's totally optional. You don't have to stay after class. You can leave at the bell. That's fine.
Yeah,
But
I love leaving at the bell.
leave it at the bell. That's,
Or earlier than the bell.
I think that's a problem, actually. So, all right. So, big faller. So, again, here's your natural level, and then it consolidates in another natural level. And so we've got a natural level here, but the natural level is kind of trending down where you see these clusters. But we had a big spike here, and we would say don't chase that, and you come back down. Now it's in an area where, yep, you probably want to look to buy
I
it.
take after
This thing's
class.
driving me
I would
nuts.
take after class on like a Tuesday, but I would never take after class on a Friday.
Yeah, no, you want to get out of there on Friday. So yeah, when you get to college, tuck this away for future use. Be done with your classes by 10.
That's what you told me that you did.
Start at 9, be done at 10. Start at 10, be done at 11. Don't have any class. Do that. No class. All right. All right.
Then you get no education.
Well, not on Friday. No class on Friday, because Friday is kind of where you're not getting an education on a Friday anyways if you do it right. All right, number 1.
And also,
Bo Bichette. Silver pack. Are you kidding me? These things never do anything.
and you also bought one for me. So
I did. I
that
bought one
means-
for it. I
that
spent
means-
$7 on it. So it has to grade perfect,
so
and they're always
what
off
if
center.
What if you sold it?
I did not sell it. I've never sold anything, and I've been tempted at some of these prices.
You sold
but
one of our green bikes.
that's way different. It didn't fit you anymore. If the Boba Fett
Yeah.
never fits you anymore, then I will sell it. All right. So, anyways,
It's always gonna fit me.
Monster move. You're off the rails tonight. Monster move here. And I wouldn't do anything with this. I mean, people are.
It looks
This
like
is so
it's-
thinly traded. What the heck do you do with it?
It's like
So.
$30 to about like 140.
A lot of speculation, and when we did our shortstop series, Bo Bichette was up there.
He's number what?
I don't remember, but he was up there.
Was
I think we mentioned him.
I think he was an honorable mention.
It was an honorable mention.
And
so
now we should definitely
he needs to be about the best guy in the league if
needs to
his
be
silver
at
packs can
least
get that
top
price.
4-3.
He needs to be about number 1 for that silver pack to stay that price. I don't know that I would do
Wait,
that,
who
but
was
these
our
things are
number-
notoriously hard to grade
Who
because
was our
they're
number
really
one?
off center.
Who was our number 1?
Was it? It wasn't Lindor. Was it Lindor?
No, Lindor's 3. Was it Tatis?
Tatis probably. No. Yeah. Let's go with Tatis. I think it was Tatis. So
Yeah, we can just look at the video.
we could. Someone has to. I don't know. So, anyways, there's the top 3 risers and fallers this week. Again, the fallers are more interesting than the
and
buyers.
Bobichet's up 195%.
Yeah, that's a monster move. Again,
Wait,
it doesn't
and
take
did
it
you
doesn't
tell-
take too many sales to get to that level
and
here.
wait, did we tell Griffey's?
Yeah, we went through them all. We got it.
Oh
We're
yeah,
good.
we did.
Say thank you.
Bye.
All right, the worst bonus time ever. It's spring break. Tom says he doesn't want to learn anything. So, Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. So economics, this is as old as it gets, and whether you know it or not, the forces of economics, the laws of economics, not the suggestions of economics, are going to dictate price and quantity, and things will always kind of come back to this equilibrium. So supply, demand. This may be a refresher for most of you, and for some of you, maybe it's a new thing, and your professors didn't get a chance to bore you, so I will take that opportunity. So this is your equilibrium. At some point, supply and demand meet, price and quantity are in harmony, and things will always return to these levels, but it could be messy getting there. And so what we saw with PSA this past week is they said, you know what, we're having a lot of trouble meeting our demand. So demand really shot up, and the supply is their labor. They supply the labor to do the grading and package everything and send it back and do all that kind of stuff. And so it just exceeded it. And so when you have this demand exceeding the supply, you need to do one of two things to either maintain the price, and that is increase your labor basically. And they didn't want to do that, and so what they said is we want to crush demand overall. So again, you have your demand here, and there's only so many cars that they can grade because they're sitting on a backlog here. So let's see, we'll do that one here. And so what they did was said, you know what, we're going to reduce not necessarily the supply of labor. They're going to they're going to kind of hang in with the supply of labor. They're not going to fire people or anything like that. They're not going to reduce people at this time. But what they are going to do is just artificially raise the price because they've had a shortage in here. So when you have this disconnect, you wind up with shortages overall. So that's what they had. So they had to address that. So this is where your economics comes in. When you see people that say, or when you have a company that says, you know what, we're swamped. There's way too much demand for the supply. They're going to have to do one of two things. They're going to have to increase their labor, or they're going to have to reduce the demand artificially by just jacking up the prices. And then what will happen overall is that demand is going to come back. It's going to go from this area here, and it's going to draw back a little bit as those prices rise. So there's the economics take on PSA and what they did. There's so many people that did a great job on explaining here's the alternatives and here's what could be coming up. But as far as the economics of it, you want to be able to spot this stuff ahead of time and just know what's going to happen. And it was kind of obvious what they were going to do. When you get swamped, you have two choices: add the supply. They said we're not going to do that. Got to reduce the demand. In order to do that, you got to jack up the price. And so print runs. We'll talk about print runs just very briefly here. And Topps has seen a lot of demand for the print runs, and demand leads supply for the most part. And so as demand increases, they need to increase the supply overall, and they've done that. However, if they want to kind of maintain their price quantity just a little bit, well, like I just said, they have to increase the supply. So they can reduce the quantity overall. They didn't want to do that. So as the demand increased a little bit, the only thing you can do to meet that demand while maintaining the price is to increase the supply and shift that supply curve over just a little bit. So that's what they've done. So when people talk about increased print runs, that's a good thing. They want your money, all right? They want as much money as possible. Make no mistake about that. But they're trying to do it in a fashion where they can accommodate everybody as well. They're not going to draw back on the supply or anything like that and reduce the quantity. They're going to increase the quantity. Oops, I want you to stay right there. And so the quantity increases by increasing the supply, and then you've hit this equilibrium point by increasing demand. So at some point, what is going to happen? They'll just keep doing this. As more people demand, they'll keep moving the supply to the right. But at some point, demand is going to drop off, and so So if demand comes back, then they'll either have to drop their price, but they don't really want to do that. So to maintain this equilibrium, they will reduce the supply. So they're aware of this. They will take care of it. There's going to be a drag. There's going to be some inelasticity for a year or two or something like that. If the demand really drops off, it'll take them a little bit of time to adjust and bring back that supply. But at some point, that'll happen, and they'll probably be on it a little bit better than the 1990s. All right. So when people talk about gosh, we're the look at the production increases, tripling from 2019 to 2020, and then doubling from 2020 to 2021. It's like, yeah, when there's more demand, this is what happens. If you can keep the supply going as well, then you can maintain the prices overall. So there's obviously products that they've jacked the price up on, and there's, what do you do about that? They're a little bit shorter printed and all that. But as far as the base, what they care about, the retail and all that, they've done a pretty good job of maintaining that equilibrium, because you don't see prices rising a whole lot, and you aren't seeing a ton of product on the shelves get snapped up very, very quickly. So they've actually done a pretty good job. So PSA and Topps, they love you. They love your money more, but they're looking out, and they're aware of this as well. And now you kind of know what to look for. And now when people on the forums start blasting supply, you have a good argument to come back at them with. So, all right, that's what I got for you. Have a great night. Appreciate you watching, and take care.